Well, hello. So I just got back from um, a trip to Phoenix that I had to take, and I haven't vlogged since I've actually come back from Hawaii. And so I kind of wanted to catch up a little bit because, we're rounding out almost the end of February, which is incredible that it's gone by so fast. So I think it's probably been like 7 weeks into the new year. And this was supposed to be part of my, resetting my journey. And I'm just not feeling it. Like year two is really hard. It's much harder than it was year one. I think year one I was so motivated because it was so new and everything was new and I could see results and it was just everything was working really well. And then I think I got maybe a little cocky or something after the year finished. And I've done this before too, where I've kind of sabotaged myself because I think, oh, I've got it. Like I know how to work the program. And then as soon as I stop, doing exactly what is expected of me, then things happen. So like I was kind of going down that hill of like, well, I'm just going to test the waters and I'll eat the tortilla from my breakfast burrito, which is fully keto except for the tortilla, but that's okay. Or, a piece, like the hamburger bun or something, like little things that just started. And then now that, like, I did really well in Hawaii, I think, like and I made that vlog where I was talking about how I made choices because I was with my family and I was in a situation that I chose. But for the most part, when I made my own food, I really did stick to Virta. I mean, it was great. I mean, I think I did a really good job of that. The issue was when I came home, the timing was all wrong because I came straight home and I had to go right back to work. And so I didn't have time to go to the grocery store. I didn't have time to do any meals, some sort of like prep or cook something to take with me to school. So I went fast food. I went to fast food probably 4 times last week. And I haven't done that in a really long time. And fast food is really funny because it is very addictive. Once you start going to fast food, it's very easy to justify the convenience of it. And even if you think you're getting kind of Virta friendly food, it's not. It's processed and you don't know what oils they're cooking stuff in. Like I don't get French fries or I didn't do anything like that. So again, am I justifying it? Like I'm just saying, well, because I didn't eat these things and it's okay to do the other things. I don't know. But yeah, it was very strange for me. I reflected on it as I was going to Phoenix, because I thought, man, I went to fast food a lot last week. And so I just got back from Phoenix today early and before I had to go back to school. And so I cooked. I cooked a bunch of food at my house and I actually used food that I had in my refrigerator that, like, because I was only gone for a couple of days. So I actually used food that I had in my fridge and I made an egg roll in a bowl, which I've been making quite a lot, like in the last probably 3 weeks or so, because it's super easy to make and it's very filling, and so I really do like that. And then I also made a meat sauce and with some spaghetti squash. I made actually the spaghetti squash millionaires casserole where I air fried a spaghetti squash and I use that as kind of pasta noodles or, like spaghetti or lasagna noodles, and I make a layer of that. And then with the cream cheese and sour cream, kind of filling to replace like a ricotta, but not really replacing because I could have used ricotta, but that's what I had. And then with spinach, and then the meat sauce, and then I just layered it again, and then I threw it in everything was all cooked already, and I could have eaten it just like that, but then I put cheese, some cheddar cheese on top, and I threw it in the oven for about 30 minutes, and so I made a big casserole. So I have that too. So, I'm just so proud of myself for actually just not being lazy and like I could have gone and grabbed something to eat, on my way to school. But to sit and just kind of it took me about 2 hours or so, just not, straight through, but, just doing the whole thing. And I have, food for the whole rest of the week. And so I just have to get out of these little ruts that I'm in. I have to get over myself that I know what I'm doing because I don't. And I have an idea. I have an idea of how Virta works. I have a great idea of how Virta works, but I really just need to stick to the plan. And yeah, I just feel like, you know, I need to get over myself. That's just basically it. So, yeah, year two is actually much harder than year one. I know a lot of people struggle through year one because it's so new and you're kind of quote unquote giving up stuff that you know, you really haven't. But yeah, it's almost like, I think, like, you know how like athletes, they attribute like winning the championship is harder the second time to keep the championship versus trying to get the first time. That's kind of how I feel. But again, this is the longest program that I've ever been on that I've been pretty successful with. And, you know, I'm still at great weight, you know what I mean? I'm still lighter than I've ever been, you know, since I was probably in high school. And, but I am worried a little bit because of the food choices that I've been making and stuff. So I really just need to kind of keep accountable and know that I can do this. I did it before and I know I can do it. So I'm not going to beat myself over, you know, what is what is. But yeah, again, I just have to make these choices, especially because I'm traveling so much right now. It's conference season, so I'm going to be traveling way more than I normally do throughout the year. And just being prepared. I bring a bunch of snacks. Again, I tell you guys this all the time. I bring a lot of keto-friendly snacks, but sometimes snacks are just not good enough. I just want to eat some like hot food or a meal or something. And so, you know, just going back to the basics. So anyways, yeah, please, if you're going through some struggles and stuff as well, just know that it's a struggle for right now, but it doesn't have to be. And even if you do slip up, you know, you don't have to continue slipping up. You can always just go back and just start again. I'm just going to go back to day one of Virta, you know, like just going back to the basics, and hopefully that'll work. Thanks.